Hey, welcome back, y'all. So, as you can tell by the title and by got the lightning behind me, this is going to be unboxing. This is going to be a multi-series video about the BG Racing's transmission cooler kit plus the 4x4 transmission pan and filter. The reason it's going to be multi-parts is because I'm going to have to break this up because of, well, for one, I think that the transmission pan one could be a video of itself on, flushing the transmission and changing the filter and also installing the pan, because that's really kind of a separate part. The big bulk of all this is going to be the transmission cooler, which is, and I'm going to go over some of this stuff here real quick. First thing, there's not a lot of specialty tools needed. Most of it's just regular sockets. The only thing you will need, and I went ahead and got one, is a little pipe cutter. I just bought one of the ones from AutoZone because I don't use these very often. I think the last time I used one was in like 2002. And I don't know where it is, so I just bought another one. It was cheap. You're obviously going to need some Mercon 5. If you can find Mercon 3, that's great too, but Mercon 5 transmission fluid. You need, I don't know how much I'm going to need just yet because it's very murky. Some people say 6 or 7 when you're changing the pan, but because I'm adding a deeper pan and the transmission cooler to it, it's kind of murky on how much you need. Some people have said as much as 17. We'll see when we get there. When I get to everything put back together and get all these quarts, or as much as I can put in. If it fills up, great. If not, I'll have to go buy more. No big deal. And I'll let y'all know when I'm done how much it actually took. But to unbox this stuff real quick. So, first off, most of the parts are just Ford parts, which is good because they're, going to be reliable. But basically, you're paying him to, for the fittings and stuff mainly, because he just drop shipped, had the pan and filter and the cooler itself drop shipped because, they're just Ford parts. But that was fine. It was one charge on my card. And now this is the pan. This is a 4x4 pan. If you have any Ford with a 4R100 that's a 4x4, this is probably the pan it came with. It's got, I think it's like a quart more capacity or so than the Lightning one. And it also has a drain plug, which the Lightning one does not. So it's going to be messy when I go to drain this because you have to do the unbolt it and break it loose and watch it come out everywhere thing. New filter, pretty standard for transmission servicing. We'll go over the trans cooler with y'all. I've had this stuff for, I bought it last year, honestly, and when the Subaru blew up last year, this kind of got put on the back burner, and I honestly forgot about it. Now, in some of the videos I've seen of other people doing this, the transmission cooler is black. Well, this one's not black, it's just raw finish. And I'm already going to have to fix this because this is the first time, as you can see, I'm pulling it out of the box. And some of the fins are already dented on it. So I'm going to have to fix that before I put it together. Get out of here, Spider. Not really knocking BG Racing at all because, again, they just drop shipped it. It came from Rock Auto, so obviously I'm going to have to fix this. It's not hard, it just takes a little while to fold these back out. But yeah, it's just a Ford for like a V10, like an Expedition or Excursion with a V10 or an F250 with a V10 transmission cooler. So it, again, standard Ford part, not really anything special there. Anyway, that's that. What you're really paying him for is he has instructions. Okay, pretty simple. But you're paying him for the line, the amount of line you need, and these fittings. So you don't have to, do all the guesswork of shopping around for the fittings, which is nice. That's why like a lot of people go with him. So as far as most of you, if you're younger and you've done this, or you've not done this, but you want to do this, he does have a Facebook page. It's BG Racing Parts. Their website is down still. I checked earlier. It was down last year when I ordered this stuff. But you call him, get him on the phone. He's real helpful. Like I bought, for example, these are fittings to in the factory system, which you'll see runs through the radiator to warm up the fluid. And this is if you wanted to bypass that. It was cheap. I don't remember how much extra it was for these. I bought them. I may not even use these, honestly. But he's like, yeah, for whatever. I wasn't sure. And I went ahead and ordered the fittings just because. And if I use them, I use them. If I don't, I don't. The big part of what you're paying for is this, though. But it was like $450 for all of it or something like that last year. I'm sure it's more expensive now because everything's more expensive now. But all in all, again, because the pan and the cooler were drop shipped, I got everything in about 3 different packages, 3 or 4. I think the fittings actually came in a separate one themselves too, which took a little bit longer. I think one of them, the pan or the filter, it took forever to get. It took like a month. But, and then by the time that had happened, the Subaru had blown up, so I didn't get to it. But anyway, I'm going to not stop talking, get started.